Welcome to the Epcotian Adventure,
a podcast where we talk about all things Disney, but we're Epcot-centered.
including tips and tricks, festivals and favorites, and the very latest in our rankings and reviews.
But we're still old enough to remember when park hopping at Disney World was just one monorail ride to Epcot.
This is episode 145, Park Hopping, a Day of Favorites.
Or, all 4 parks in one day. Is it worth it? Let's talk about it.
So now, please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast as we embark on our Epcotian adventure.
We call it Epcot.
Howdy, folks, and welcome to episode 145 of the Epcotian Adventure. I'm Rod.
And I'm Sue.
And today we're going to be park hopping around Walt Disney World.
Let's do it.
Now, would you do this in one day, sis? This seems like kind of a fool's paradise, really. But
I've heard discussion for and against this sort of challenge that people do. I think if it's your first time to the park, it's an interesting way to see a taste of all 4 parks. But I think you're going to come away exhausted and remembering bus rides. So I think...
But that's so fun. I love being packed on a bus just like I'm in New York City or
Isn't
something.
Isn't that fun?
No.
So for me, I don't know that this is really the way to do the parks. But if you are a frequent park goer, I think it would be a really fun challenge to set yourself.
Yeah, it's something that you can do. I don't think even if you're a veteran, you probably don't do this. But we're just hypothetically going through this as a challenge because we can tell you a lot about what our favorite things are and some things that you should make sure that you don't miss and how you could do this if you really had to and wanted to do it. A lot of it really is geared towards when the park's open.
Yes, that's going to be key. So if you were to do this in real life, you'd want to make sure that you kept a close eye on park opening and closing times, rides that are down, where they've moved all the snacks in Animal Kingdom, because they keep doing that.
Why?
I know.
Why do you do that?
So make sure that you are keeping an eye on your app and using that to its full extent. For the purposes of our episode today, we're going to visit each park. We're going to do 2 rides at each park. Entertainment, which could be character meet and greet, a show, streetmosphere, anything that might be entertaining, a favorite snack, a favorite drink, and a photo opportunity that is not the park icon.
Yeah, so no castle, no Spaceship Earth, no Tree of Life, no Grauman's Theater.
Right. You should take those pictures anyway, but
well,
that's not going to count for our challenge. Yeah. And for the purposes of this, we cannot duplicate each other's answers. So just to give you guys a little more range on what is possible.
Yeah, we haven't seen each other's answers, but we do have backups just in case because we do... Like we've said before, we travel a lot to the parks together, so we have a lot of the same common tastes here. But let's start off with Animal Kingdom because they open the earliest, sometimes as early as 8 a.m., which means if you're staying at one of the resorts, you can get in as early as 7 a.m., which means during the time of year when the sun's not up, you're up before the sun is, and oh yeah, that's not...
That's not vacation to me.
The sky's awake, so I'm awake, so we have to play.
No. So, Sue, why don't you start us off with what you would do at Animal Kingdom?
Yes, starting off at Animal Kingdom, again, because like you said, they do have the earliest open time. This is where you'd want to start in real life. For Animal Kingdom, we are only going to choose 1 ride because they do have the fewest number of rides. So, for my ride, I'm going to choose Kilimanjaro Safaris. This is the tour of the back area where they keep all the animals. They let the animals roam through the savannah. You're going to see giraffes, elephants, ostriches, alligators, hippos, rhinos, hyena. You're going to see all kinds of animals. This is why you go to the park.
And the cute little pygmy goats at the end.
Oh my gosh, I love them.
Oh my gosh, they get out and dance for you. It's amazing.
They're so cute. My favorite, though, is the okapi. As I always say, it looks like an elk wearing zebra pajamas. It has zebra pants. I love them so much. So this is my ride. It doesn't always open with rope drop, though. So again, keep your eye on that. For my entertainment, I'm going to go over to Africa for whatever the Africa Streetmosphere happens to be. If it's the singers, the dancers, the drummers, any combination of those, I absolutely love the Streetmosphere in Africa. This is a not miss for me. For my photo, I'm going to hop over to Pandora. and we're going to do a photo with the floating mountains. Engineering marvel. They are absolutely stunning. If you've seen the movies, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you've probably seen a photo. It is absolutely incredible to see in real life. For my snack, this is the best part. We're going to go over to 8 Spoons Cafe, where they have currently housed the macaroni and cheese options. We're going to get the baked macaroni and cheese with pulled pork and crispy onions. It is currently $12.99 over there, and it is a very sizable, shareable portion. Yes, we're talking about breakfast because this is the first park of the day, but I don't even care. I'm getting macaroni and cheese with pulled pork, and just try to stop me.
I'm not going to judge you because, yeah, that's yummy.
It's so good. And then for my drink, I'm going to go back over to Satuli Canteen, which is in Pandora, and I'm going to get the ube cold brew. I cannot pass up anything that is ube flavored, and I love Joffrey's cold brew. This is currently $6.29. It includes the ube, of course, oat milk, pure cane syrup, and butterfly pea flour. So it's going to have that lovely purple color, and it is so, so yummy. So that is going to be my Animal Kingdom stop for the day. Rod, take us through yours.
Well, for Animal Kingdom, I am going to start out with my ride being Navi River Journeys. Now, I know a lot of you probably thought I would say Flight of Passage, which is the big simulator attraction. However, it makes me a little nauseated, and I don't like that first thing in the morning. I'd rather not have a floopy head. The reason I chose Navi River Journeys is because it tends to get a very long line. And right now, to be honest, at Animal Kingdom, there's not that many attractions. So this is a nice indoor slow boat ride. It has very poor capacity, so later in the day, it tends to get very long lines. So hop on it first thing or wait until later in the day and do it when there's not a long line because the outside queue is covered, but it's a sauna. Yeah. So it is going through the national park and seeing all the animals that you would see in Pandora. And it ends with the Shaman of Song, which is one of the most complicated, amazing animatronics you've ever seen. Listen to our past episode on our favorite animatronics. Yeah, the tail is its own character, I'll put it that way. For entertainment, I'm going to choose Festival of the Lion King. Now, this is probably the obvious choice because everybody's heard of this show, has seen this show before, probably if you've been there. But it's still a big indoor, air-conditioned theater, and it's got the Lion King music and the flying bird person, not sure what to even call her, and the tumble monkeys, and every element of the show is just amazing. Music, atmosphere, the puppetronics, the people. It's the entire Lion King world in one show, and it is so much fun.
That's such a great show. Don't miss that one.
My photo. Oh yeah, don't miss that one. Do not. My photo is going to be the tigers out on the Maharaja Jungle Trek. Ooh. Now, that's one of the 2 walking trails that they have. This one is centered around the tigers. And Boxo, which is the newest one, is about 1.5 years old now and still playful as a cub and is worth seeking out to watch and take some photos. My snack, I'm headed over to Tamu Tamu to get my Dole Whip with coconut rum because I'm not going to go to the park and not do that. It's $14.50, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's pineapple Dole Whip and rum. So can't go wrong. After that, my drink is going to be over at the Nomad Lounge, which is at the entrance of Pandora. And it is the Night Monkey.
I knew it.
You've already heard me talk about this one, but it is definitely my favorite drink at Walt Disney World. So again, it's dark rum with guava puree, mint, some coffee simple syrup, lime juice, and a hint of cilantro, which to me is weird because I don't like cilantro, but man, it is good. It's the weirdest looking drink you've ever seen and one of the tastiest. $16.50 at the Nomad Lounge.
Yeah, why does that drink work? It shouldn't work.
It shouldn't, and it does. Well, Sue, we're headed over to Hollywood Studios, but to get there, there's only one way.
You can only take a bus to and from Animal Kingdom, even if you're staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge. This is the only way to get to and from Animal Kingdom. So we are going to bus over to Disney's Hollywood Studios, and I'm going to start us off. Oh, I get to start again. So I'm going to get the best ride. So I was smart and got a lightning lane, and I am going to do Rise of the Resistance because it is my absolute favorite. If you are actually trying this challenge, it's probably too long of a queue and a ride, even with lightning lane. But for our purposes, I'm doing it because I will not miss Rise of the Resistance. It is over in Batuu, which is Galaxy's Edge. You are joining the resistance with Rey and Finn and Poe, and you are fighting the First Order. You get taken on board. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
If you start explaining it, we'll be here for hours.
Seriously.
So, yeah.
And I always say, it's not a ride. You are in Star Wars. You get to go in Star Wars. So I'm doing Rise. For my second attraction, I'm going to go over and do Tower of Terror. It is a classic for a reason. This is the Twilight Zone version. So if you are a Disneylander, it is the original that was in Hollywood Studios. But it has the distinction of being the only version of this ride where the elevator comes out of the elevator shaft and has a horizontal path through the show building into another drop shaft. So I love this ride, especially this version of it. So I'm moving on to my entertainment. For my entertainment, I am going to go over to Batuu as well, and I am going to try to meet Chewie. Now, he does not have a permanent location anymore for a meet and greet, so I'm just going to keep my eye out, hope that I see him. You can find Chewie, you can find Rey, you can find Vi, you can find Kylo Ren and Stormtroopers. I would literally settle for any of these as a sort of meet and greet, streetmosphere. They are such fun opportunities to talk to characters.
But Chewie gives the best hugs.
He does. That's
Chewie
why he's
and
the top
Baymax.
of my list.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are the two best hugs.
Oh.
So that is going to be my entertainment option. For my photo, I am definitely staying in Batuu, and I'm getting a photo with the Falcon. Can't beat a photo with the fastest hunk of junk in the universe. So Millennium Falcon, here I come. And then for my snack, I'm staying in Batuu, and I am going over to Ronto Roasters. If I am lucky enough and it's still early enough for breakfast hours, I'm getting the Ronto morning wrap, which is $12.99. It is eggs, grilled pork sausage, shredded cheddar, and peppercorn sauce in pita bread, and get extra peppercorn sauce for dipping. If it's not, then I'll get the regular Ronto wrap, also with extra peppercorn sauce for dipping. And then for my drink, I am staying in Batuu, and I am getting the cold brew black calf over at Katsaka's. This is Joffrey's Coffee Cold Brew, topped with sweet cream cheese and chocolate puffs. It's basically Cocoa Puffs on top of coffee. It's delicious. Just trust me. It is so, so good.
Again, something that shouldn't work and does so well.
Right? It's perfect. So that is my Hollywood Studio stop. Rod, what are you going to do?
Well, my rides are going to be kind of the antithesis of each other. Both are on rails, but the first one is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which is a trackless dark ride through Mickey and Minnie trying to save a picnic basket, of all things. You have to see it to believe it, folks. You're in basically a 2.5D world, and it is amazing. One of my favorites, and one of the catchiest songs of any attraction at Walt Disney World. And my second attraction is going to be Rock and Roller Coaster, which right now is closed because it's getting the Muppets. Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem will be taking over for Aerosmith this summer. I cannot wait. I love this old school Vekoma roller coaster. Goes upside down 3 times, launches from 0 to 55 in about, half a second. I don't know. It's really fast. I love it. The photo that I'm going to take is going to be weird because I'm going to say the Tower of Terror at sundown.
Ooh.
So we're not there at sundown right now, so I'm going to have to come back to take this photo later. But to me, that's the most iconic picture you can take of something that's not necessarily going to be the big Tree of Life or whatever. Although I think currently they are kind of using Tower for that. But it's always, to me, Grauman's is always the big thing for that because it's at the end of the main street as you walk in.
Yeah.
My entertainment is going to be the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular. This is one of the few remaining original attractions or shows at the studios, and it is so much fun. It's a very large outdoor covered theater, and they pretend that they're filming an Indiana Jones movie or show or something. It's really fun, folks. I don't even need to explain it. It's Indiana Jones. You get the idea. For my snack, I'm headed over to Baseline Tap House, and I'm going to grab the giant Bavarian pretzel with beer cheese fondue and spicy mustard for $12, because I'm a sucker for a big pretzel, and I'm really a sucker for beer cheese. Yeah, you can't beat this one. And it's really, for the size of it, it's a really good deal, because you can share this with like 2 or 3 people. For my drink, I'm going to get the blue milk. No, I can't do it.
I like it.
I don't. Ugh. I'm headed over to Oga's Cantina, and I'm getting the Bespin Fizz, which is Bacardi rum, yuzu puree, pomegranate juice, and white cranberry juice for $22.50, and is my absolute favorite beverage at Oga's Cantina.
Oh, that's such a good one.
Well, I think now we're headed back out, and we're going to take the Skyliner over to Epcot. Sue, start us off with Epcot.
Well, let's start with the Skyliner, because I love the Skyliner.
It's so much fun.
Okay, we won't actually talk
It's
about
just
the Skyliner.
transportation, but it's so much fun. Because the Skyway's gone for Magic Kingdom.
And it makes the noise. I love the noise. I love that. Okay, so now we are over at Epcot. My rides here are, I'm going to go very, very classic. And I'm going to do Spaceship Earth and Living with the Land.
Of course.
Of course. If you are doing anything in Epcot, it has to be these, or at least for me it does. Living with the Land is over in the Land Pavilion, and it is a slow-moving boat ride through greenhouses. It is a lot more entertaining than it sounds like, I promise.
It's not boring. Oddly enough, not boring.
It is incredibly relaxing, though.
If you're 15 years old, it's boring. But for us, Disney senior adults, no, it's not boring.
I mean, to be fair, if you're 15, everything is boring. But
very true.
And Spaceship Earth, also a slow-moving ride, not on a boat. And you are going to go through the history of communication. So, again, not as boring as it sounds. Also a great nap opportunity if you are sleepy for the day, because it is air-conditioned and dark. All right. For my entertainment, I have to go over to American Adventure and watch Voices of Liberty. Now, this is a cappella group that sings in the rotunda of the American Adventure Pavilion building. So it's shaped like the Capitol, so you're going to have really, really great acoustics in there. And they are stunningly talented. Make sure that you are watching showtimes so you don't miss them. For my photo op, this was a little difficult because it's hard not to do a photo of Spaceship Earth, so get that as well. But I'm going to go over to the Land Pavilion, and I'm going to take a photo with the hot air balloons in the Land Pavilion. To me, this is classic Epcot. We have photos like this from when we were there in 1983. We still take photos of these hot air balloons today. I absolutely love them. It is nostalgia personified for sure. For my snack, this is a tough one. If it's a festival, go and grab anything in Mexico. Literally anything. But if we're not talking festival food, I'm still going to go to Mexico, and I'm going to get the famous street corn that we talk about all the time. This is at Choza de Margarita. It is an outside stand as soon as you walk into Mexico on your left. It's on the sides menu as elote, and it is sweet corn on the cob smothered with chipotle, aioli, queso cotija, and Tajín chili lime powder.
And I'm drooling just thinking about it.
Seriously. There's also cilantro all over it. They didn't say that, which is weird. But $8, worth every penny. Grab a lot of napkins. When they say it's smothered, they mean it is smothered. You will make a mess. It is so, so good.
Not shareable, folks.
Joey doesn't share food!
Yeah.
One per person. Trust me.
Truly. And then for my drink, I'm going to head all the way around to Morocco. And I am going to get one of my favorite overlooked drinks. And this is the frozen mint tea. And you can get it spiked with Bombay Sapphire gin, which you know I am doing. So this is like a tea slushy. And it's got that lovely mint flavor. So it's nice and refreshing. And then the Bombay Sapphire gin, it just puts the crown on it. It is so good. Rod, walk us through your Epcot.
Well, my Epcot day is going to be starting at Frozen Ever After for my first attraction. Again, it gets really long lines, so if you can get there before the rest of the guests do first thing in the morning, this is a great one to do, or get a lightning lane for. And it's a slow-moving boat ride with a single drop, and it is based around the movie Frozen, of course, as it sounds. Some of the most amazing animatronics, too, that they just upgraded in there. My second is going to be next door at Mexico. Well, kind of next door, just down the walkway at Mexico, and that's Gran Fiesta Tour, where you have to find Donald. The kids will love this one. It's a slow-moving boat ride, and you go through scenes from Mexico trying to find Donald because there's a concert that he has to be part of at the end. I love this attraction. It used to be El Rio del Tiempo, which was a slow-moving boat ride through cringy scenes of Mexico. I don't know how that ever made it off the drawing board.
It was bad.
But the new version is fantastic. Then for entertainment, I'm going to go meet Figment. over at the Imagination Pavilion. This is pretty brand new. Figment has been the main character of the park since opening in 82, but you've never been able to actually have a meet and greet until the last couple years, and so you finally get to go hug Figment. I'm sorry, I'm a sucker for that. For me, the photo op is right outside, and it's the jumping waters at the pyramids, or looking at the pyramids of imagination as well, because, again, nostalgia personified. I love how you said that. That's exactly what that is for me. My snack at Epcot is going to be over in France. The croque glacée from Les Audessins de Glaces. I mean, close on that.
It was fine.
All right. The ice cream shop in France. And we've talked about this several times. It is a brioche bun that they cut in half, and you put ice cream and a topping inside, like caramel sauce or chocolate sauce or something. And then they put it into basically a waffle maker and press it down into a shareable ice cream sandwich. So good.
And you can choose your ice cream flavor, too.
Yeah, that's right. They have 14 or 15 different flavors. Yeah. I love it. For my drink, well, I could have gone with the Shaky Jamaica, because we always talk about that, with just a splash of caramel for $6.95 at any of the Joffrey's locations. But I'm actually headed back to Mexico. I'm going to La Cava, and I'm getting my favorite, La Paloma. It's the Blanco tequila, grapefruit soda, lime juice, and mezcal. So refreshing. And it's indoors. Even better. And by now, this is my third drink at the third park, so actually fourth if you count the snack with the rum. So I'm probably feeling it at this point, so I need to sit down for a few minutes.
La Cava's the place to do that. Very nice. Right.
We are just one monorail ride away from being finished. We are headed over to the Magic Kingdom, the original Disney Castle Park in Florida, the second Disney park ever built. Sue, start us off with your rides or attractions.
Yes, and we should mention we are ending here because they usually have the latest closing hours. So unless there's a party going on, always check your calendars. But this is where we will end our day. And for the rides, there are so many classic, iconic rides at Magic Kingdom. But I'm going to pick my two favorites, and I'm sorry, Rod, but I'm just going to choose them. So I'm doing Pirates of the Caribbean. If you are a Disneylander, this is Pirates of the Caribbean Light. There's only one drop. It is a much shorter attraction, but it is still Pirates, and I love it. Again, another slow-moving boat ride through, pirates.
Like you do. Yeah.
Yeah, with a very catchy tune. Thank you, Exitencio, for the very catchy tune. And I'm going to go over to Tomorrowland and do the People Mover. Again, a slow-moving ride. Are you sensing a theme here?
It does seem that we get kind of stuck in the same kind of ruts here, but they are the best ones. That's why we do.
But we've also done whole days at Epcot and then park hopped just to do these two attractions.
Very true.
It's a thing. So I love these two. Those are the two I'm sticking with. For my entertainment, we may have missed them by this point in the day, but I'm going to say that we haven't, and I'm going to go to Main Street and watch the Dapper Dans. They are my favorite entertainment, I think, in all of Walt Disney World. Absolutely love them. It's a 4-men quartet, a cappella. They tell bad jokes, and they sing, and they tap dance, and they play the little hand harp things. They are fantastic. Do not miss the Dapper Dans if you have any opportunity to see them. For my photo, since we can't do the castle, I'm going to stay on Main Street and do a photo with the Roy and Minnie statue, which is called Sharing the Magic. Very iconic. We don't have a Walt Disney World without Roy Disney, and I love that he gets a statue there. I'm not going to go into the history of that because we're running a little long, but go back to some of our previous episodes and we talk about why there is no Disney World, especially Walt Disney World, without Roy. For my snack, I'm going to leave the iconic snack to Rod because I've gotten to go first on all of these, so I'm going to leave that one to you. And I'm going to go over to Gaston's Tavern, and I'm going to get the ham and Gruyere sandwich. This is crispy croissant dough filled with ham and Gruyere, and it's served with chips for $10.79. I haven't gotten to try this one yet in real life. I have just seen videos of it, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. So I'm going to go with that. For my drink, I'm going to go over to Tomorrowland to the one Joffrey's cart, and I'm getting a classic Shaky Jamaica. I'm going to add some cream, I'm going to add a shot of vanilla, and I am just going to sit on Main Street and relax with it.
Yeah, that Joffrey's cold brew concoction we've talked about it so much over the years, and it's still, I think, together our favorite caffeinated drink on property.
Yes, well, the one at Katsaka's is
Whoa,
the
that's
black
true.
calf.
I'd put those equal.
Yeah, I would too. All right, Rod, walk us through your Magic Kingdom.
All right, my Magic Kingdom day. We are going to ride Big Thunder Mountain. Because Thunder strikes again, finally, this spring with the opening, or the reopening, brand new track. There's a brand new scene on the first lift with a kind of a nod to the Rainbow Caverns from the original Mine Train at Disneyland. I cannot wait to see this. It's going to be open again very shortly. And it's just a classic, fun family roller coaster. It tells a great story, and it's just fun enough that it's a good first coaster for your kids. And, of course, you cannot go without visiting the 999 happy haunts of the Haunted Mansion. We've talked about that one over and over and over again, so we'll just leave it at that spooky little stop right there. Okay. Anyway, for entertainment, it's the end of the evening. We're watching Happily Ever After, my favorite fireworks show of all time. Well, Illuminations at Epcot might be my favorite, but this is my favorite Castle Park fireworks show of all time. Happily Ever After was taken away for the 50th anniversary and then was brought back because people love this show. Just put it at this, bring Kleenex to a fireworks show. you will tear up. It's so good. For my photo, I'm going to go ride the People Mover and take pictures of Happily Ever After, because there's nothing better than the fireworks from the People Mover.
It's true.
So there's my photo. My snack is going to be Sue Liftby, this one. It's the spring rolls, of course. Yay. At the entrance to Adventureland. They'll usually always have a cheeseburger one, and then they'll have something a little different, a pepperoni pizza, a Reuben. They've had several other different ones seasonally, so check on that. 2 of them are around $10. Price keeps bumping up. Last time we were there it was $9.50, so I'm assuming they're right at probably $10 right now, but 2 of them are shareable.
Joey doesn't share food!
Or not, because I can eat 2 of them really easily.
And you can get one of each flavor as those 2.
Yeah. To wash it down, I'm headed back to Tomorrowland and going to Anti-Gravity's and getting the cold brew float. This is vanilla, chocolate, or salted caramel soft serve with the Joffrey's cold brew. This is a good substitute, or if you've already had a Shaky Jamaica, head over to Anti-Gravity's. This is the only place you can get this concoction, and it is $6.99 and worth every penny. I like the salted caramel. They
also usually have great seasonal treats at Anti-Gravity's. I think it is very overlooked.
Well, folks, there's our favorites for park hopping around Walt Disney World. What did we do right? What did we do wrong? Tell us. We'd love to know.
And if you've ever tried this challenge in real life, or a version of this, let us know that too. How did it go?
Before we go, we'd like to give a big thanks to the Phoenicians. Thank you, Phoenicians.
Thank you, Phoenicians. And don't forget to rate, review, like, share, and subscribe. It really does help other people find us. You can find us on social media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and wherever you listen to podcasts.
The Epcotian Adventure is a $1,000 brunch production and a proud gold member of D23. Thanks for joining us today for episode 145 of the Epcotian Adventure. I'm Rod.
And I'm Sue.
And we'll see you in line.
Bye.
Thank the Phoenicians.
Howdy, folks, and welcome to episode 145 of the Epcotian Adventure. I'm Rod.
And I'm Sue.
And today we're going to be park hopping around the Magic Kingdom world. That
didn't make
That made no sense.
Huh.
No. We are one monorail. It's
monorail.
A monorail. It's just one whale.
That's one whale.